And the story began when the dad wanted to buy a car. The first car was 2 million, the second car was 1 million, and then the police car was 1 trillion, and then the second car, this was too expensive, so they did, this car that was 2 million. So they tested, it was pretty good, so they gave the money to the guy that sells car. And then the dad went to go in the car, but a really bad accident happened when he was trying to put the car in their house. This will shock you. So they just put the car in their house, and then, he went to visit one of his friends for the party, and then when he was, waiting for his friend, something really bad happened. When the friend came, they both sat down and talked to each other a little bit. But after a few hours, his friend left. And he didn't came back. So the man stood up and there one of these boys. And there was nothing. And then when he did the draw, he was so excited to get all the free items. So he chose a note block, and then that was it. He needed to wait 1 hour. But there was another one. This one was a special. Okay, so he really wanted to choose a really good item, but he was waiting for the other two to come in, and then he heard a noise. He just thought it was just normal noise, but when he was kind of scared, but he tried to ignore it. So he sit on the chair and they just think about something. But there was a sea monster on the ocean, and you won't believe what happened next. The man couldn't find his house, so he just chilled and watched the sea, but he didn't realize he was looking at his phone. But what happened was shocking. There was a sea monster passing by and saw the man, and then went underwater. So guys, this was a true story of a player that found the sea creature. So be aware and don't visit the ocean in Ram City. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you guys next episode. But I think that creature is null, forming into another creature to disguise himself. So be aware, be careful, and stay away from the ocean and Blockman Go. And when it's night, it gets worse. So the man told his wife and his son that he was gonna go buy some things, but he wanted to die for some reason, but he shot himself, and then he appeared in the same exact place nearby the ocean. So, you know what he did? He went to the market to buy some cigarettes. That is really bad. Don't smoke cigarettes, okay? It's really bad for you and where you breathe. So the one floor had cigarettes, and this man didn't use the elevator for some reason. And he saw some weapon, and it was pretty freaky. He went to the elevator at this point and went to floor 12. He looked up, then the elevator stopped for a second, and it's still got going. The man was pretty scared, you know. Yeah, I was really scared too. And then he was in the cloud. He was really, really scared, but he didn't want to live anymore. And then called his wife and his child that I am gonna give all of my stuff to you guys. So he did that, and then he said, I love you, and I'm going to run off a building. And then the phone was already down. He accidentally dropped it, and then he dropped. And then in the mid-air, he realized something. I made a mistake. He almost hit the ground, but he didn't want to lose his life. He made a big mistake, and then he hit the ground. It didn't feel good, and he couldn't see that well. Then he looked over, and he could see there, but it didn't really matter. It was really the next day, but he didn't remember anything. It was like, this is not my home. And then when his wife saw her, he ran, and then the man ran away, and then far away. He said, I don't know you. Get out of my property. And then he ran away from his wife. Ran away fast. Really fast. As fast as he could. And then find a place to sit down and enjoy nothingness. Enjoy nothingness. I'm pretty tired, so he stand up, and then he couldn't run anymore, so yeah, he walked and saw a car. It was only 1 million, so he bought it and then drove away. The man stole the car, didn't actually pay. So they arrested him. So he had to get out, then go to the police car. And then the police drive him to nowhere he knowed. Nowhere. He hadn't been here. So the police said, you need to get over there and we won't arrest you. And so I think over there, and then yes. So his soul went up there. But it was too much. He couldn't do anything else. So he jumped, and then jumped again, And then he actually made it. It was pretty crazy. And then he was going to that island. Not quick. He went up above the clouds. He was pretty shocked, but not that much. He could go that much above the clouds, but there was more. There was more. More and more. Something was happening. He could have died. The soul couldn't understand. Then the soul was him, but he didn't care because it was impossible to do this. Then he fell. It was pretty scary. So he went. He couldn't back to the house. Everything was glitching. Everything was glitching. Then he couldn't turn back to the realm, so he just gave up. Then he left the game. That is it for today's episode.